They could have picked any venue in the world, but they chose this one for a reason. What an atmosphere. And here, Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the most skilled boxers to ever lace up the gloves, inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And
this bout is scheduled.
What a pleasure. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. It's all offense all the time. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. That uppercut can't get through. A lot of pre-match drama. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in, biting at the bit to get it on in this historic venue.
For a fighter walking into a theatre, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym, because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That punch lands. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Beautiful counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
And he scores with the counter. Good counter punch. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
These two were made for each other. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. A big whiff. Whoa, wait a minute! Crawford's legs are all over the place. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Let's get it started in round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
anything when these two step in the ring. The perfect counter lands. Good counter punching. Hook misses. That counter punch caught him clean. These two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. Catch and shoot. A perfect counter shot. They block that jab. Nice counter shot. See a jab from these two. Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What?
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is...
confident now.
There's the bell for round 4. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You'd like to see more jabs. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
No rest for the weary. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Jab misses. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round.
Switch on.
On to the 5th we go. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for it. Whoa, wait a minute! Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Punch, counter punch. There's a counter shot. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. Nice counter shot. Robinson hit hard, and he may be ready to go. Robinson goes to the canvas. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
Shot from the gods, they... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom.
Final 10 seconds here, and this is not... Whoa, wait a minute! Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. On to the 6th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
The straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
And you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Well done with that counter shot. Miss with that jab. That counter shot lands. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that. And there's the bell for round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get up.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Well, you know, in this division, you gotta have speed and you gotta have footwork, or you're gonna be a cooked goose.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Beautiful counter punch. Failing to score with that right hook. The only fear you have with this lightweight is has he punched himself out? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. What about Robinson in that last round? Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot of...
There's the bell to start round 8. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time counter shot? His stamina is off the charts. Those counter punches have to hurt. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.